eagerly anticipated race. Now, this is a really interesting stat. Laura Muir and Sophia Enoe, two of the standout athletes in this. They first met in 2015, and Laura Muir has never lost to Enoe over 1,500 metres. In fact, she's been beaten by the pole once in 25 meetings at the Arena Święcicka Memorial in Poland. And that was over 800 metres. So many athletes looking for a good race in this, and some with very busy seasons, including Muir, the defending champion, who won the Commonwealth Games for Scotland and got an 800 bronze. Enoe, who was second behind Muir 4 years ago. What about Ciara Mageean, a big Irish hope? She won silver at the Commonwealth Games, the 30-year-old from County Down. Hannah Klein, the home favourite, the 2017 University Games winner, and European indoor bronze medalist Sayed Sabatini of Italy, someone who's disqualified at the World Championships for a shove on Winnie Nyanyondo, but took a wonderful European Team Championships and European Under-23 double. It's a sensational field, and delighted to have Hannah England, the World 1500 metre medalist, alongside me. Hannah, what do you think of this race?
I'm not surprised by the front-running tactics of Ireland's Ciara Mageean. She's super strong this season. She's spoken about how she's improved as an athlete mentally and physically. She skipped the World Championships to focus on the Commonwealth Games. That brought a silver medal. And these European Championships. She got a bronze medal back in 2016. Ciara Mageean trying to get herself on the podium again. Claudia Bobasea is a great front runner. If she's at all unhappy with the pace as we hit 400, I'd expect the Romanian to whiz round as well. Not surprised to see Laura Muir at the back. 64 seconds through the first lap. That's around about 4:02 pace, so really good moving. Sophia Enoe biding her time, the Polish athlete, towards the back of the track. I think she'll wait for Laura Muir to string round her. But Ciara Mageean has got the lead. Leading can be stressful or relaxing, depending on the type of athlete you are. Ciara Mageean at the moment looking relaxed, but how is she going to respond when people try and challenge her for that lead?
Well, we know that Enoe and Muir both have terrific kicks. As you said, they're just hanging towards the back of the pack at this moment in time. Mageean at the front, Bobachea, yes, a great front runner, someone who's consistent in making major championships, but a best of only 6th at the 2019 European Indoors, so we'll look to place higher as Muir now comes toward the front with 2 laps to go.
What a move off Ciara Mageean. She was waiting for that. She used the big screen. She saw Laura Muir coming, and if anyone was watching, she actually stepped to the outside of lane 1 to say, no, Bobachea, I am getting on the shoulder of Laura Muir. No one else is going to have that pole position. Laura Muir loves to run a big last 500 metres or so. 2:11 through 800. It slowed ever so slightly, so Ireland's Ciara Mageean perhaps just at the front so she could do exactly this, track Laura Muir. But Laura Muir will build her pace. It might be a dramatic change of pace, or it might be a horrible, slow turning of the screw. But either way, Laura Muir is where she likes to be in major championships. She's up in the top, she's leading. This time round, it will be the bell. We can expect Laura Muir to kick hard. Can Ciara Mageean of Ireland live with here? Sophia Enoe, as she so often is a bit far back in the pack. She's got a brilliant finisher on her. Sabatini, an improving young athlete, hanging in 3rd place at the moment. It's going to be a dramatic last 400 in the women's 1500 finals.
Enoe gradually building, but look at Laura Muir upping the pace now, working those arms hard. Mageean tries to react and go with her. Enoe knows that she's got a big job to do now to try and manage this gap. Laura Muir only looking ahead now. Bobachea drifting back into 4th place. Sabatini among those also being dropped. But is this going to be between Muir and Mageean? So, the Brit now, look at her steely determination, coached by Andy Young, who all of his athletes seem to say that he is the best coach. He's world class. Mageean also gritted, right behind at this point. Enoe, surely too much of a big job to her to improve her position. We know how fast she is over the last 100. But Muir, what a masterclass from the Scots. The gaps opening up incredibly in this last 50 metres. The crowd roaring Muir home. What a sensational performance to defend her European 1500 metre title. Laura Muir in 4:01:08, and Mageean, she punches the air with delight. Such a great performer with fantastic personality is Mageean. and she improves on her bronze medal from Amsterdam in 2016 with Inouye getting the bronze, one place lower than Berlin, and that record of Muir against Inouye remains, even though we wondered whether the pole might be the fresher of this particular trio. Wonderful to see this sportsmanship with the two holding hands while absolutely exhausted on the track.
Ciara Mageean of Ireland, what a brave run. Same move as the Commonwealth Games. She went, anything Laura Muir can do, I've got to try and do. I've got to believe in myself. I've got to hang on to the Olympic silver medalist. But Laura Muir, what a season she is having. Bronze medal at the World Championships, a gold and a bronze in the 15 and 8 at Commonwealth Games, and then she completes 3 major championships with a 4th medal.
Let's look at it again, and it really was a masterclass. I mean, the talent of Laura Muir shines through, but it was also the perfect tactics. She just made it over the final 450 metres, just too hot to handle for anybody else. Ciara Mageean did her level best, but this is the point where Muir heads for the front just before the bell and just tears the heart out of this field. Ciara Mageean, you have to give all credit to her for bravely following in Muir's footsteps. It could have also easily have turned to difficulty. Nobody else had the courage to follow Laura Muir, and I think they will be regretting it when they look at it. But let's also look at that time. 4:01:08. Nobody but Muir on the European stage has actually run faster than her anyway this year.
You know, it seems only a few years ago that Laura Muir was without senior international medals despite her incredible times. Obviously winning in Berlin 4 years ago, someone who's focused on so hard and training to become a vet. She missed the Commonwealth Games due to those veterinary exams, but now has a wide collection of medals across the Olympics, World Championships, Europeans and Commonwealth. So the busy Muir and Mageean this year, first and second ahead of Sofia Inouye of Poland. Bobachair fading towards the end of that race, having led early on.
Second round in the men's discus. Alekna trying to find improvement on his 66 metres, 67, moving towards the end of this second round. Alekna kind of looks determined after 66, 67. I kind of felt like he knew what he had to change going into this second round effort. Looks like it could be a little bit better than his 66, 67, and he did like it. Smiles all round from Nicholas Alekna. Of course, his dad, Virgilius, won a silver here 20 years ago. And Alekna, good enough up into second place at the moment, 67.26. I'm sure he'd love to beat the mark of his dad's silver medal and take a gold here in Munich.
So the action coming on thick and fast. We've already got the men's discus starting to reach a very thrilling position. Now, the second field event final of the evening, the women's triple